Welcome to Ice Queens Unchained, where strength meets sisterhood and culture shapes our crown.
We're your hosts, Destiny and Evie, two fierce women from the North with global roots and hearts that burn brighter than the Arctic sun.
Here, we talk about life as multicultural women, our strengths, our struggles, and our triumphs, and the stories that make us who we are.
No filters, no limit, just real talk, tough love, and the kind of energy that melts even the coldest ice.
So grab your tea, grab your coffee, or your crown, because this is Ice Queens Unchained. Let's get into it.
My family will just sit like, okay, are you done? And they'll be like, okay, mom, my daughter is the bad talker. She would talk back and like try to like defeat me. And it's so annoying because I'm like, girl, I'm the one that works and pays the bills here. And like you're saying, it's just like a small little thing that you're asking them to do.
And then they think it's the hugest thing in their world. Like,
Yeah,
they think it's like
and-
they're going to work just as much as you.
And you know, yeah, you're a teen. You want to be on your phone. You want to be playing and chatting with your friends and stuff like that. But
And, going to places.
there's still a reality that surrounds you, and you know,
They're not.
and there are things, you know, it's like a trigger because it's just something that is like super simple, and it's something that's gonna take you like literally like no more than 15 minutes. Just pause your phone. Your reels, all of that is there. It ain't no going nowhere. Put your phone down, do what you're supposed to do, and I'll get off your back. Because I let them like just be them, you know. I'm not like a nagging mom like all the time, you know. And I don't like asking over and over. So sometimes I'll give up and I'll be like, okay, I'll do it myself. But you know, then you're like, okay, if I do this, you know, they're not gonna have that discipline to do it when they're on their own, you know, because mom is so used to doing everything, you know. So you like want to push them to, you know, have responsibility and, you know, accountability. But yeah, sometimes I have to like repeat myself like 5-7 times for them to do something, and it's like, no, I've been nice for 5-7 times now. Now it's time for me to yell, you know?
Yep, they didn't hear all those times that.
And they're
he
like,
was
oh,
on.
you're so mean. Why do you have to scream all the time? And I'm like, I don't scream all the time. I told you 7 times already, like a person.
For real.
And now I have to yell at you. No, I'm not mean. You're being mean because you're not listening.
That's right.
But girl, no, I hear you. It's really like teenage years is really hard. And I think it's harder with girls because, you know, they have their hormones and all of that stuff, you know?
Yeah, I think it very much puts you in a position where you have to put yourself in check all the time because they're on your butt. You feel me? They're like always looking for like you're their female role model, and I feel like a lot of women they hold a lot of responsibility in the household. Like sometimes the household doesn't even run the right way without, you know, like the mom to, you know, come into the picture. But at the same time, I'm learning how to allow her to make her own decisions, and because whatever I say, you know, like I try to give her advice from what my experiences are, and she's, you know, she thinks she knows. So sometimes I'm just like, okay, cool, I'll let you have some freedom, and I'll be there to pick you up. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I told you so, girl.
It's like what we were talking about a little bit ago. You know, you've already gone through it, and you want to be able to
teach them.
Yeah, teach them or put that information out there for them so they can use it to their advantage so they don't make mistakes. But also then like you have, you know, both sides of the coin, because then in order for them to grow, then they have to experience their own life. And it's like, okay, but I'm trying to save you. And they're like, okay, thank you. I know you care about me and you're trying to save me, but I need to be my own person too, you know. And it's so hard to kind of like balance that, you know. Especially like talking to you, I can sense you're like this. I think I can sense that your personality is like that nurturing and like you trying to help and you want to be that, you know.
Yeah. I tried to offer therapy too, because I went to therapy. I don't know if you are. Do you like therapy?
I have, because my daughter was going through kind of like a little bit of depression 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
And with that, it was like, you know, a long kind of like domino effect, because everything happened when she got out of school. Okay. She was in 6th grade, and then COVID came. Yep. So we were at home. And then then she, when they finally went back to school, then obviously during that time she gained a little bit of weight, like everyone, you know. Oh, I did. So she went back to school and she got a little bit teased, and then that, you know, developed into insecurities and depression, and then you know she started searching online, trying to lose the weight on her own, and then in that process, then she developed eating disorder. Oh. And it was so hard. And, you know, she ended up, you know, going to a facility out of state. And it was just so hard on me, you know, seeing her, you know, going through that, because, like, you know, as a mother, you want to protect your kid and you want to be there for them and you want to do whatever you can to avoid situations like that for your kids, you know, but sometimes you can't. You know, it's something that it just happens and then you have no control over it, and you just have to find ways to deal with it or help them, you know, find the tools. Yeah, if it's, you know, with therapy, if it's medical, if it's just, you know, emotional, or like, you know, in the house, and it's just kind of like this like circle of things that you want to try and you want to do to help them, but you know, sometimes it's just, you just have to let it up to God, you know. And it's a process, you know, and they have to go through it, and sometimes like all you can do is just step aside and just be there, like you're saying. But if they fall, okay, I'll be there to catch you and lift you up, you know. But sometimes they're just like in that mindset that they want to do it all. They want to figure things out. They think they know everything. And then all this information that they have online, they're like, oh, mom, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just talking out of your head. You don't know what you're talking about. Exactly. There's Google knows everything. You know, it's like an encyclopedia. And they're like, there's no way you know more than this, you know. So even though you try to help them, sometimes they just think they know best. And, you know. Yeah. I'm trying to get my stepdaughter a little bit more open to trying therapy, because I've been through a lot of trauma. I've been in and out of treatment and stuff like that, and I lost my mom when I was 12. So sorry, it's just hard for me to talk about it. And I wasn't ready to unbag like this specifically, but therapy is something that I feel like everybody can benefit from. And so my boyfriend, we all share this like trauma bond, where we've all lost our mothers at a young age. And I feel like sometimes I was sent to help them and be that missing piece, you feel me? But at the same time, it is a lot of trauma to hold all together. We need a lot of healing. So I think that the best thing for us is going to be therapy, family therapy, individual therapy, being able to talk about what you've been through, and kind of just like be heard, and not, because when you hold on to things in the family, it can cause a lot of things. And I struggle with, you know, depression, anxiety, all these things. And with her being her age, we've went through the same things as well. And
she's going through depression, you know, like anxiety. She's kind of learning the social life and balancing boys, drama, girls, you know, all that.
Girl.
So yeah,
life is hard.
It really is. So we have to be those strong women. We have to be those strong women in the next generation's life. And I think when you're set to heal a lot of your past generational trauma too, you just kind of become an inspiration to other people.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to become. I want to share my experiences to not only just allow myself to like let go of all those things, but to share to the world that you can heal through whatever you've been through the loss, through the depression, through anxiety, you know, through homelessness, through hunger, through eating disorders, through body dysmorphia. You feel me?
And it's things that we all go through. And
we all
you know,
go through these, and we're all human.
We're all human, and sometimes when we're facing situations, unique situations like that, we think we're the only ones because we focus so much in our own world, in our own bubble, and we're, you know, so disconnected with what the person next to us might be going through, you know. And it's important to know that we all go through tough times and tough things in life. And it's just a matter of, you know, taking it one day at a time. Because it's just so much that we all deal with that, you know, we just wish we could, you know, just wave a magic wand and just make it disappear. And it doesn't. It just, you get out of it depending on how you see your situation and you analyze it and you're like, okay, I'm in this situation. You want to be strong and you're like, okay, what do I have to do to get out of it? No one can take you out of it but you. Like, yes, it's good to go, you know, to have friends, to have family, to go, you know, the professional route, the therapy. I encourage it. Like, you know, our culture, like a lot of times we have like a taboo about, you know, therapy and, you know, things like that. But it really does help because sometimes you want to open up with people that you know, but you're a little bit skeptical because you're scared of what they're going to say, or, you know, if they're going to see you like as a weak person, or they're going to be like, girl, you're overreacting or whatever. It doesn't mean, it's not that you're overreacting. Everybody is different and things affect people in a different way, and we all handle things different. It doesn't mean that someone's weaker than the other because you come out of something, you know, in less time, or someone else takes more, you know. It's not a matter of that. I
think it's a matter of like culture.
There's a lot of things I think is culture. But I think, you know, a professional, you kind of like have that comfort that, okay, this person can't judge me. They don't know who I am. They're just here to listen, you know, and that kind of like, it gives you like some sort of release, you know, that you're there and you can express yourself. You can talk about what you're going through in an open, you know, way, and you know you're not going to be judged, you know. And, you know, obviously that person is also a person, but somehow mentally they're kind of like trained to kind of like put your mind at ease and like give you that encouragement that it's going to be okay, you know, instead of, you know, from maybe your friends that they're going to be like, oh girl, you're going to be fine, but you're like, okay, I know, but that's not what I want you to tell me. I just want you to be here for me as a friend and relate and, you know, sympathize and just listen, you know what I mean? So yeah, I did it with my daughter, because I got to a point that, it was kind of, I got to a point kind of like I felt like I couldn't help anymore. And I didn't just not want to do anything either, you know? So then I considered therapy for her. And then into that, you know, we kind of like this family sessions, and then I did some, you know, myself. So it was very helpful. Yeah, I'm very happy that I did it.
Okay, that's reassuring that you know.
Yeah. Oh no, girl, I would
A
recommend
positive
it to.
outcome from that.
Yeah, I would
Because,
recommend it to anybody. You know, if you can.
for sure. I think we go to ANMC, so they have like a free healthcare and like a. Are you familiar with ANMC? The Alaska Native Medical Center?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Sorry,
I
I'm so bad with acronyms. So
no, I feel that.
you're gonna have if we're gonna be doing this, and you're gonna be talking to me.
I gotta say the
You're
full
gonna
name.
have to say.
Okay, yes.
And I'll be like, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I did say it a little fast too, so but yeah.
No, you're good. No, I totally know.
Okay. Anyway, so we go there and they have a therapy office, I think, but their wait times are really long. So we probably just gotta, I don't know, try to get in there. But you'd think with like losing somebody, we would get on the wait list faster. But we'll see.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you guys can start it. And you know, I'm not trying to get into politics or anything, but I'm so happy that you guys are taken care of in that way here in this state, because that's something that I think should be essential for everyone in this country.
For everyone, I think absolutely too. Like,
you know, like your mental health and your health overall should be the priority.
We should have free mental clinics where people can walk in, you know, have like get a medical test, get whatever they need medically for free.
That should be an essential right.
And especially in Alaska, we have oil money. We have enough, we have PFDs coming in.
Yeah.
So why shouldn't we have free healthcare and free therapy? Because we have the number one rates of suicide, the number one rates of domestic violence, the number one rates of murder is pretty bad out here too. I don't know if you've been keeping up with all the news
it's
things.
Very embarrassing
terrible.
to say it, but I don't, because to be honest with you, it gives me anxiety.
Oh yeah,
it does. And you know, I just can't. Like knowing all of that, you know, that's going on and you can't do anything. To me, it's frustrating. You know, so hopefully this way we'll get our voices out there and people will, you know, do something about it.
I think finding your own voice and understanding how much you can really impact your community through just your voice,
No, for sure. We have to fight for that. If through this avenue, you know, we can get that far.
That's
hopefully,
why
because
music too,
I think you know, we're supposed to be the most powerful country. We deal with, you know, so much money in this country and it's just so misused. And I think, you know, just having that basic necessity would fix so many problems, because when you're mentally healthy and physically healthy, you feel like you can do anything.
Your mind is clear.
And that pushes you to want to do more. You know, when you see people staying at home, it's because they're depressed. You know, when they don't want to do something, when they're not motivated, it's because they're depressed. There's something going on. So if you're healthy physically and mentally, you would want to be out there doing more, which then you'll be contributing to the economy.
Yep, absolutely. Instead of just being a consumer.
You'll be providing.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's the sole purpose, that everyone should feel like they have a duty or a responsibility to give back to their people somehow. And that could be something as just being a sandwich maker. Or
anything.
Anything you want to be.
But if you're happy about it and you're excited about it, you know, whatever it is, you'll want to go out there and do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we should also normalize not having to go jump into a 9-to-5 job either. You feel me? Like being able to express avenues of independence, especially in the cultural communities, the Latina, the Black, Native communities. We have so much opportunity to make our own businesses and do our own thing. We should literally, you know, just learn how to start from scratch and build ourselves up so we can be our own boss.
Yes, could be a topic. How to start your own business.
How to start your own business. Actually, it only costs $200 to get an LLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So.
Yeah. How much money do you make? You know me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get it out there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that was a good little session there.
Yes. Do you want to take a break?
We have a good vibe, you and I.
Yeah.
I like it.
And I like how we can also like talk about our, like, because I don't have a lot of homegirls that have stepdaughters or like a daughter, that's a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to relate to someone on that level.
Yeah, he has one.
Yeah. One. Oh no, actually he has two. He has another son, but yeah.
And my son is 13, going on 14
Okay.
in June, and then she'll be 16 in October.
Okay.
So they're like by a day, they're exactly 18 months apart.
Oh wow, that's great. That's
by
crazy.
a day, yeah.
So they're kind of. Do they get along? Oh, like.
They do. They're very good. Being together. But obviously, since they're in their teen years, like they're kind of like in this stage where they kind of like to tease each other.
Mm-hmm. It's like one versus one. Like they always are going head to head.
So yeah. They'll make little comments and things like that, kind of like to tease each other and like push each other's buttons.
But I think they mean well. Right?
Yeah, and they're not physical. Like ever since they were little, I taught them not to put hands on each other. And like when they did, I was like, okay, like you say sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so they grew up with that, like not putting hands. So they're vocal but not physical. Yeah.
That's good.
But yeah.
Aww.
I'm working on them to, get better, and I always tell them, you guys have to learn to love each other like no one else, because in this world you'll never be in anyone's life more than what you will be in each other's lives. Like you literally are the two people that are going to be in each other's lives the longest, because you're only 18 months apart. Even in my life, you're not going to be with me as long as you will be with each other. At some point, I'm going to pass, and then that will be the end of it. When I had you, I was a certain age, and when I leave, I will be a certain age, so you'll only have like this time frame with me. And, you'll have your partner or your couple, whoever you meet, and at what age will that be? And then if something happens, or if it's not for life, that person, that time will end. And then with your kids too, you're gonna have your kids when you're an adult, and then you'll pass, and then that will be the end of that relationship. But you two are the ones that are literally gonna be in each other's lives the longest.
That's a really good thing to teach your kids, because like it teaches them how to build strong bonds and like respect the people that are in your life, and cherish every moment that you have with them, but also teach them boundaries and let them let go healthily, but also receive, healthy. So
hopefully they'll get it, because like to be honest, though, like when they were born, like they started being together since then. And then hopefully if they have, God willing, they have a long life, they're the ones that are going to be siblings for that long too, My time with them is going to end at some point. Their time with whoever is going to end at some point, with their kids too, So so in reality, if you think about it, they're the ones that are going to be in each other's lives the longest.
That's crazy if you think about it. You can't even spend like your whole life. You won't be able to see your kids grow up. Like be older and that. But I mean, you would be able to through the spirit, I think.
Hopefully.
Sure. Hopefully,
That's what we want to believe, but nobody has to prove, but you know what I mean? And obviously, I do I want to think that I take good care of myself, so hopefully, I'll have a long life. Like my grandparent was 91 when he passed. I have a great grandma that was 104. Oh wow. Yeah, and my grandparents, like my grandma, when she passed from my dad's side, she was like in her 80s, 84, I think.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so thank goodness, you know,
it's not good.
I have, you know, in my family, we have a longevity. So hopefully I'll make it as well, and I'll be in their life as long as I can. But
I feel that. Yes, absolutely. It's a long life.
So what do you do to take care of yourself?
Me, I drink ginger and lemon and tea in the morning, and then I stretch, and then do my regular workout routine. Right now, I'm trying to bulk up. I'm trying to get more gains. You feel me? But I do go through times. Yes, I go through times when I want to. My body naturally goes through a detoxing phase, and you kind of just have to listen to your body. I do a lot of sauna.
Good.
Sauna work. I go to the Elastic Clubs. They have the best gym.
Oh my god, they are the best. They're crazy expensive, but they're the best. They
really are. Oh my god, they're so expensive. But they have red light therapy as well.
Yes.
I think Planet Fitness has red light.
They
therapy.
do. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And they have that shake machine.
Yes, I do it.
I love that. Yes.
Because that's where I go. That's my gym. So I do that one. I tan, and then I wish I had a sauna and a steam room. That's my thing. And they have a hot tub as well, so you can kind of Yes.
Yeah. So.
Do you go to the women's club?
I sometimes do. I want to start doing more yoga classes because they host a lot of yoga classes there. But I've gone there one time and it was cool. I liked it. I liked the inside of it. It was really. They had a hot tub. They had a steam room, a sauna. They
yeah,
had
their
everything.
club is amazing. I used to go to the West.
Okay.
To the West Club, and then my friends. I have a couple of friends that have the women's.
Summit?
Yeah, no, the women's club, which is right next to the West Club.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then they'll give me a pass here and there.
Okay.
I'm thinking about going back, but I'm like, girl, no. Because I work out at home too sometimes, and then it's to me it's like I can literally get the same workout at home.
Yeah, you'll get sometimes. Yeah, trust me. I had a dumbbell, and I did home workouts for the longest, and my glutes were growing crazy.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to get into a routine.
Yeah,
that's my thing. I'm so hard with routines and with the schedule. I need to work on that. That's supposed to be my what's it called when you in the beginning of the year, your New Year's resolution. Oh my god, and we're already in March.
I feel that I'm trying to balance out my work life and my physical life, because I prioritize being physical. I love being physical. In the summertime, I'm gonna be hiking, camping.
And there's so much to do here outdoors in the summer.
There's so much. You can 4-wheel. You can. My grandpa. I just found out my grandpa is a millionaire. He retired. He retired on the. He's native. He retired on the native. He worked for this tech company.
And you had no idea.
I had no idea.
Oh my gosh.
I went with my whole life. I knew him when my mom was alive, and my mom was his favorite niece, and he actually just called me today, but he is trying to help me get money from my tribal council, my home tribal council. So I'm hoping that's gonna come in, but yeah, I think it's so hard to balance out work and fun, but at the same time, it's hard to balance life in general right now, groceries, relationships, your relationship with yourself. Sometimes you can be your worst enemy, you could be your biggest downfall and stuff or your hardest.
But I think because I tend to do that myself too, and I've listened to podcasts about that. I'll have
sabotage.
Yes, it is self-sabotage, but the opposite of it. I'm trying to look for the word, but I think they want to say that it's bad, but I think somehow, I believe if your subconscious telling you that you can do more. Like, you criticizing your own self because you're not doing enough for you. That's how I see it.
Okay.
And sometimes it's like that
maybe
internal voice telling you, girl, what are you doing? You know, and then you kind of like,
that's true.
have like that self-talk that can be negative, but I think it's like your own self being frustrated with yourself, telling you, girl, come on, you can do more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because sometimes, like a lot of times, we don't know our own potential. You know,
like when we take a nap on accident and then we don't get the laundry done, or we don't get like what we wanted to do, or like we had something creative on our mind and we wanted to. So I feel you.
And you're like, girl, you didn't do this.
Yeah, like we just got a new sewing machine, so I'm trying to do some garments. Like, I have some fabric. I want to start getting into like
I'm telling
making a dress, or
you and I swear, because a friend of mine actually gave me one. Because I kept telling her that I want to learn how to sew.
Oh, nice. Honestly, we need to rent out our room in here and have our own room where we just do clothes. You feel me?
Yes.
Or like I think a separate space, or that has enough openness.
Yeah. Because I don't know like what it is. Like, sometimes my body shape is like, everybody's like, Frances, you have an amazing shape, you know. But a lot of times it doesn't matter what your shape is. Like, clothes fit you weird sometimes, and you would want them to fit you, you know, a certain way. And I'm like, well, I should, know how to make adjustments myself, you know, and that's why I got the machine, you know. And I was like, this is, and she knows, like, the friend that gave it to me, she does, I'm like getting hot. She does quilts. Oh. Yeah, she's older. And she does quilts.
My adopted mom does quilts. Or she did quilts,
How are we so
crazy? Yes. I kind of grow up like seeing her do it. I can kind of learn how to do it. But yeah, that's cool.
So that's something super cool that we can. We have a lot of similarities, like, in our life, which is crazy.
What's your zodiac sign? I want to know.
Aquarius.
Okay, I'm a Gemini.
Oh my god.
Gemini, Aquarius. Actually,
we're like the most compatible sign.
Friendships,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's actually very great.
This is like so mind blowing.
Because we're both what, air signs, right?
Yes.
Yeah, air signs. So we kind of just like go with the flow. Like, we're able to almost manipulate the energy too in the air. Yeah. Like, you feel me? We have that power to kind of create our own, like, or whatever we're going through, you can really feel. Like, when I was telling my story, you felt it. You feel me? Like, you felt
I was trying not to focus too much on your eyes, because I'm telling you, I would literally start crying.
Yeah, I know. I was starting to feel the mist.
So I'm like, don't do that.
And I feel
these guys are supposed to be filming.
And I feel you.
I was like, literally, I wanted to grab you so bad, but I'm like, wait, we just met. You need to stop back off.
I feel you. Yeah. No, especially when I, oh my god, I'm tearing up right now. But I think when you're an empath, you can really feel. Yeah. You might be empaths.
Yeah, and I get that from people too, that they tell me. I like that. I love myself because I like to be able to relate to people.
Yes, like, I feel like my way of really connecting with a person is being able to put myself in their shoes be like, and feel what they feel. You feel me? I don't know. It's hard to explain, but yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's something beautiful, when you can relate to someone and what they're going through, instead of I hear you.
Yeah,
but then you're like, it's like you don't feel anything. And I like that. I like to be able to relate. I like to be able to like feel someone's feelings and stuff like that. I can't, like, a good movie, like, just anything, that has emotion. I like pick up on it like so quick.
Yeah, no, I can't help but to cry during movies. I'm a crier for sure.
Cry. My daughter makes fun of me all the time. They're like, oh my god, you crying?
No. Tell me why my boyfriend and his daughter, every time we're watching movies together, they laugh at me every time. So yeah.
I hear you. Oh, this is so cool.
Yes.
Look at you. You're like firsthand, like getting this, and you're so
Giving
excited.
all
You
the
can't
details.
you can't get your eyes off of us. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
Okay, what else do you want to hear?
I mean, y'all just did 35 minutes of great
Oh wow.
podcast. I think this is an episode itself. If y'all do this, I wouldn't be mad if y'all said, no, don't release it, but I will cry in the corner.
You can edit it because I think that
yeah, if we edit it,
you opening up and like what I was talking about, like mental health and all of that.
Mhm.
You know, when we do
Everybody
episodes
can
like
relate.
that, you
Yeah.
need to find resources because usually, I don't know if you've like watched reality TV or something like that. When they touch topics like that, they usually like reference some sort of resource for people to know and have information. If they are going through something, they can reach out to someone.
Let's say like the online therapy BetterHelp. Like sometimes people like they promote that or but yeah, definitely reaching out to community mental health organizations.
Sponsorships too.
Absolutely. Money, baby. As far as like and thinking outside the box, like reaching out to these organizations where they need people in the community to really speak up for what's going on and show the things that nobody else wants to show, like in mental health and even in the system that they put up. Like they don't want us to know or overpower the system or try to escape the system. So yeah, I think we should.
I know what you mean. And like somehow they want us to be trapped.
They want us to be sad. They want us to be deficient of vitamins. They want us to eat bad. They want us to not sleep and spend all our time, you feel me, just buying. You feel me? I don't know if you've watched that documentary on Amazon where they have this documentary about like all of the things that people buy. And they literally have so much shoes and like all the waste goes in the oceans and it floats all the way to Africa, and they have to go, like they have so much waste and pollution just from the amount of like products that American people consume and throw away. You feel me? It's really so sad. Like,
we
that's
are
a
definitely
huge impact on the world because that's our world. You feel me? We're filling it up with dirt and debris and plastic,
and that's our culture. I feel like, which is so sad. Like our American culture is that we're consumers, and it's like why not let people know that there are natural ways.
Absolutely. I think my ancestors, they would want us to or like our ancestors, they would want us to practice the natural ways, and there's so many natural remedies. I think people are getting better about it though.
A little, but it's still the consumer industry.
That's true.
The organic and free of all this stuff.
Well, I think it's because it's too expensive to buy healthier food than it is to buy junk food. Like it's
because that's what they want to.
I think I had an accent there.
Oh no, you're good.
Oh.
How can you explain the fact that something that's more natural is more expensive when it should grow naturally?
Yeah, I don't know why we have to pay for some. I mean,
like if you go to another country and you pick like oranges from a tree or mangoes from a tree or any fruit or any vegetable is just growing from the grace of God, water from the rain and the sun.
That part, yeah.
You know what I mean? So how can something that's grown organic be more expensive than something that like where you like put in pesticides and all this stuff that you have to buy, which you're putting out of your pocket to buy all these things to nurture your plants and all this stuff? So how can those be cheaper than actually growing your product organically? Like, does it make any sense? And that's why people like they just go and buy like the regular products, not organic, because organic is more expensive. And the other ones are cheaper, but then you have to put pesticides and all this preservatives and all this stuff for your fruit and your stuff to last longer to ship to different places.
And it changes
doesn't make any
the
sense.
Genetic makeup of it. Like it's not like the actual fruit. Like some of these like watermelon, they don't even have the seeds anymore in them. Like how is that? You're taking away the nutrients of it. You were supposed to
Like to me, it makes no sense.
Yeah,
no sense whatsoever.
How do you feel about Donald Trump being in office?
Oh, girl.
And then,
you're gonna make me talk about politics. I hate politics.
Yeah, I kind of hate politics too. I mean, I think that there's I don't like the lies and all the hidden things that the government has been keeping away from us.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer on enlightenment and equalness. You feel me?
Yeah.
Everybody should be treated way more better than what we're being treated as. And I think the government has way too much power, for sure. And yeah, the government is...
I don't like him.
Yeah.
I never did. And I still don't. I get what he's trying to do, like, for the economy. But to be honest, I don't know if it's going to work. I don't see it working because it kind of, like, bounces back. It defeats the purpose. And right now, to be honest, I'm not up to date on everything that he's doing because I tend to just
kind of
shut it off.
Yeah.
Because it's too much. It's very frustrating to me. And I feel like we can't do anything. You know? Yes, we are in a country where you have freedom of speech. And you can say what you want, and like everybody says that we have a voice, but do we?
Yeah. Are we really in control? Like,
and I don't feel we are.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think we are either. Because I still feel like there's like some type of spiritual practice that they're doing that is keeping us locked in this level that we are. We're supposed to ascend, right? So I feel like our souls are trapped on this earth and they're not being able to ascend. Like we're reincarnating, more and recycling all this energy, because all we really are is energy beings. You feel me? They're siphoning our energy and using our energy to gain more power for them and their agendas, and that's
And they sometimes like my words don't come out right, but they hold you back. And it's in a sense on a way to control you.
That's why I want to open my own business, because I feel like Trump, he said that it's going to be easier for people to open your own business. So, okay, I'm going to try it. You feel me? So, we'll see. You feel me?
I mean, I don't know if it's easier. The ways have always been there. It's just a matter of you doing it,
and choosing the right...
Finding a passion or finding something that you're good at or a demand of something that people want, because that's ultimately what you do. You usually when you have your own business, you either sell a product or you sell services. So what are you putting out there? Yourself and the services that you provide, or a product that people want? You know what I mean? And it's just a matter of finding out what that is. Obviously, you want to be passionate about it and just doing it. Because all you have to do is, like, the sites are there. The state is open for you to apply and, get a business license or whatever. All you need to do is pay the fee. And then start it from there. But I think they make it kind of scary.
Yeah, it's like you're jumping in the deep end.
Yeah, they make it seem like owning your own business is hard. And it's not. It's the same thing as you applying for a job, interviewing, and then them hiring you. If they hire you, then you go there and perform what you're told. Same thing when you open a business. You have to figure out what you are offering, make sure you're passionate about it and you would want to do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you're convinced that you want to do that, then you go to the state, open a business license, make sure that, you know, the business or the services that you're offering, you need to have insurance in case something goes wrong and somebody doesn't sue you. And then make sure that you're going to go do that every day. Because there's ultimately no one telling you that you need to be there Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 or 9 to 5, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's very
So you need to make sure that you act like if you're working for somebody. You're not working for an individual, you're working for yourself. So that's basically what it is.
That was very good, straight to the point. Like,
it is.
Blunt,
it's just, I don't know why others, and usually it's people in power or that somehow influence you, that they don't want you to get out of your head. You know, that they want to make it seem that you need to be somewhere, and you don't. You could do literally whatever you want. You know what I mean? Whatever, like,
the sky is the limit.
The sky is literally the limit. And if you do something that doesn't work out, what do? You close your business, open something else.
Yep. I mean, if you think about the statistics on people restarting their businesses, like, you're gonna fail, but in order to succeed, you have to fail many times. You have to learn, you know, the ins and outs
until you find out. Because if you don't know what it is, you know, sometimes like me, unfortunately, I like doing a lot of things.
I'm multifaceted too.
I am too, and it's like really hard to focus on one thing.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, I can do it all.
Yeah.
Why do one thing?
Yeah.
You know?
So cook, clean, exercise, you know, heal people, teach people how to exercise, like use my voice, sing, dance, like, yeah,
exactly, all of those things that you do. Like, literally, if you wanted, like, you are into fitness,
I want to do my own yoga studio,
mindfulness, and exercise. Like, you literally could, like, right now have
do a
YouTube, YouTube channel.
See, even YouTube channel.
Exactly. And from there, you don't know how popular you're gonna get. You know, you could literally like start your app. Let's say within 2-3 years, you're so popular and so many people like you because of your personality and how you do things in front of the camera that catches people's eyes. You don't know if you are gonna have like a, you know, like a workout app.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Who says no? There's so many other girls doing it. Why couldn't you?
Exactly.
You know, it's just a matter of, you know, doing something that you like and being
yourself.
passionate. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, we're supposed to.
Okay.
Can we say that we're supposed to close the show in 2 minutes? It's just, this is your fault. You put us together, and the vibe that we have is like unstoppable.
Yes, for real. We want to.
So the conversation keeps flowing, but I guess this was an amazing start.
Yeah.
And I think we were all over the place. You know, and we touched on different topics.
I think it will come together beautifully.
It will come together, but it just gave us a sense of, you know, we can continue with this. I like the flow and the vibe that we have, and we complement each other very well. And I'm excited to continue this, hopefully, very, very soon.
That's a wrap on our first episode, but it's only the start to something powerful.
Stay bold, stay fierce, and always wear your crown.
We're the Ice Queens Unchained. See you next time.